Hey, this is Perch. Where do heroes live? No, no, really. Where do they live in their comics? They all live in New York, right? Well, every now and then they live somewhere else. What always cracks me up in the comics a little bit is when they introduce a hero who doesn't live in New York, and they make some big deal about it, like it's someone made like, well, this character lives in Miami. How crazy is that? Miami. It's amazing. Character doesn't live in New York. They live all the way down there in Florida, in Miami. It's just so weird. So weird. This is, I think, one of the flaws in Marvel, and the fact that you got so many writers and editors and people who do live in New York, is they view the world in terms of New York and the rest of the world. So, like every now and then, the character's like, and then the superheroes flew to Colorado, a state where presumably buffaloes and wild Indians and all kinds of shit still going on over there. I don't know for sure. I guess they're cowboys or something. Something. Recently, Marvel has gotten a little bit more comfortable with the West Coast, so it's like, hey, our heroes live in New York. They also go to San Francisco. Somewhere in between that is the wastelands, and it just always kind of cracks me up of like the New York centric look at this. But another reader says the same thing. So it says, "Hey Perch, love the show. In a recent episode of Comics Aficionados." That's Thinking Critical by Wes, if you want to go check out the channel. They're talking about how Miles should have his own universe again. I don't know, and I agree with that. This made me think, why are there only two options for Miles? Is to have him in the 616, New York, or another universe? Are there no other cities in the Marvel universe? Nope. Is it that small? I know every hero and villain is centered in New York because comics were created there, but it's extreme that Miles can't just be the Spider-Man of a different city like LA, San Francisco, Chicago, Houston, Austin, Las Vegas, etc. And that's just the US. Imagine Miles as a Spider-Man of Europe, South America, Africa, etc. In my opinion, there is so much story potential and creativity limited by having all these characters stuck in one place. Marvel could easily introduce a unique kingpin of Miles' city and expand from there. Putting him in his own universe feels like a cheap, lazy, careless way to give him versions of Peter's villains instead of creating original ones for Miles. Thank you. 100% yes. I do hate that argument, like, oh, we should give Miles his own universe. No, you just want to give him his own universe so you get alt Green Goblin and alt Hobgoblin and alt Kingpin and alt all this other shit. No, I agree with you. Move him somewhere. There's lots of cities and countries beyond New York. The problem is, again, like I was recently reread Brian Michael Bendis' Moon Knight, where Moon Knight went to L.A. And it felt like every couple pages, and Bendis, if you're listening to this right now, I know you listen from time to time. That sounds like a call out, but I know, but he writes, so I know he does. But if you're listening, why in the hell did you put Moon Knight in Los Angeles, and then you wouldn't shut up about it? Like there, every couple pages, I read this book, and it's like, well, I'm in LA now. LA is a very strange place. Man, I'll never get used to LA. LA sure is weird. LA, am I right? It's like, just have him in LA. God damn it, it's a city. Like, I fly around a lot, and I go to different cities. And here's the dirty secret. A lot of cities are the same. Like, you got the same crap in every city. And yeah, I know if you're in New York, you're in Seattle, you're in Chicago, you're in Dallas, there are definitely differences to those cities. But you're also writing a superhero comic where the superhero is fighting, I don't know, Mysterio. And, like, what do you care about where the hero is located? Like, just have the character do character shit in whatever city he's in. Like, you don't need to make it this hard on yourself, and certainly you don't need to keep announcing all this stuff like, I'm in LA. I have to, like, this comic is annoying, because it's like, I'm in LA, and in LA they make movies. There's movies in LA. I'm going to be in the movie business, because everybody in LA is in the movie business, like me, a guy in the movie business. It's like, God, stop. Stop already. Just have the adventure. Yes, 100 times yes. Have Miles go to anywhere else. Anywhere. And let him have his own rogues gallery, introduce new characters. Hell, have some old characters who've moved out there. Like, maybe you put the Shocker out in LA. And the Shocker's like, I got tired of being in New York, and I got tired of doing that thing where I put two fingers in one and one finger in the other, so I'm going to, hang out in LA for a while. Like, that's what you should do with it. I just horrified several listeners. That's what you should do. Just mix it up a little bit. But you don't need to have everybody in LA somehow in the movie business or be in LA like, God, they overcompensate. You don't see this in New York. They're just hanging around New York. In New York, they're not always like, well, I'm going to Brooklyn, and here's the Brooklyn Bridge, and over here's the place where the Twin Towers were, and I used to be in the Twin Towers. I'll meet you over in Tribeca. Tribeca's a neighborhood. Like, they don't do that kind of stuff. But if they go to LA, then something is like, we're meeting on Sunset, and then we're going to Malibu. And Malibu's got such traffic. You know, Malibu's all the traffic. Oh, man, the 405. Am I right? I'm right. Oh, man, you're right. Totally right. Like, God, you're annoying. Jesus, you're annoying, you people. Just do it. Actually, there's more email here, so I should read the rest of it. Personally, this is the email, not my personally, the writer's personally. Personally, I've always hated the idea that everything and everyone is from one city. Sure, it allows characters to cross over more quickly. Yeah, because they can't fly, teleport, or be anywhere in the planet in 15 seconds. But sorry. But it makes every villain look like a buffoon, and it feels unrealistic and unnecessary to have the Avengers, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, X-Men, and every other Marvel hero protecting one city. And by the way, they screw this up too. Is like Bendis will do a story. Sorry, Bendis, I'm bagging on you in this video. But Bendis will do a story. It's like, hey, we're a bunch of villains. Let's go to Tampa. There's no heroes in Tampa. Like, you don't need to announce that. Just have them go to Tampa and then like pillage and loot and rape for a month until the superheroes show up. Just do that. Actually, don't do that. That sounds horrible. But you know, don't you don't need to announce it constantly. What's going on anyway? I think the Looter was able to become a successful villain by attacking other areas in the U.S. during the Superior Spider-Man era. I know there was 50-state initiative, but it doesn't feel like Marvel ever stuck with it. They did not. I prefer DC's more expanded approach, with pretty much every hero getting their own city, which can be anywhere. Coast City is somewhere in California, Gotham is Chicago, others New York, New Jersey, that's Metropolis. The idea of Metropolis and Gotham being next to each other is beyond ridiculous. And it is ridiculous, and it hasn't always been that way in the comics, by the way. That's one of the big comedies, I think, of the comics in general. It's like they pretend like Gotham and Metropolis are right next to each other, and it's always been that way, but it has not always been that way. Not at all. Like it was definitely not that way. And then suddenly it's like some writer got lazy. It's like, but how are we going to explain Batman, you know, driving his car from one place to the other? It's like Batman goes up to the JLA satellite and beams and teleports through space, bitch. What are you talking about? Anyway, each hero gets down their own feet while making the planet universe feel bigger. Do you prefer Marvel's all-in-one approach or DC spread-out heroes? Well, I think by this point in the video, you probably know the answer to that. And would giving each hero their own city-country be a solution to the legacy hero problem? Yes. I think of Nightwing and Jace Fox, though how successful the latter will be has yet to be seen. But heroes like the Justice League of China has been almost completely forgotten, and every time Marvel tries, it's ignored. Thank you for a great show, and I hope everything goes well with your new shop. I feel like I might have visited your old one, but I'm not sure. You probably did. Most people did. A couple people know. They've mailed me like, was this you? Like, yep, yes, it was. And a couple people were like, hey, was this you? Because I remember this annoying guy who would, you know, get kind of drunk and rant about things in the afternoon. Was that you? I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, sir. I'm a man of culture. Anyway, no, it to me, it's just, it's stupid. And it goes along the lines of don't also have your heroes tackling the environment and problems that, you know, most of them could solve, you know, in a blink of the eye really easily. I mean, what kind of dicks are the Marvel heroes that the Beyonder is there? And the Beyonder's like, I'll grant any wish you want. What wish would you like? And no Marvel hero's like, yeah, take away rape. You could do that. Just take it away. Like make people unable to rape. Fix the environment. Hey, get rid of AIDS. No more AIDS. Cancer. Goodbye, cancer. You know? Politicians. Get rid of all the... No, sorry, I've gone too far, but, well, maybe not. I think that fits with all those other things I said. Anyway, it does... Once you start opening up to these kinds of problems, like the second you have Alpha Flight dealing with AIDS, then, you know, crossing over with the Beyonder a couple issues later, and the Beyonder's like, I have the power to do anything. It's like, could you get rid of AIDS? No, they don't think that. They ask him things like, I don't know if we should interfere in human life. I don't know. It's like, what are you talking about? If you didn't think if you weren't supposed to interfere in human life, you wouldn't be stopping crime. Like this is such the bullshit argument where, like, Superman or Spider-Man's like, well, we can't interfere in what humans do, but I will go ahead and stop this mugger and this burglar, and I'll save this pedestrian here from falling bricks because a Green Goblin knocked over a chimney or something. But I can't interfere in human life. No, you're interfering with human life all over the place. So come on, Reed Richards, jackass. Cure cancer. Oh, sorry. Moon Girl's the smartest person in the Marvel Universe. How about you cure AIDS? Yeah? How about you cure AIDS, Moon Girl? Why are you such a bigot? That's what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, they should spread it out. It drives me crazy. And no, the solution is not punt them over into their own universe. That's a bad idea. Hands down, bad idea. All right, I've offended enough people with this. Thanks for listening.